Hello everyone, today we're going to be making a couple of nautical peg dolls, a pirate and a mermaid. Let's start with the pirate. Take your black felt and fold it in half. Then cut the fold so that you have two equal-sized pieces. Now holding both pieces, cut out a pirate hat shape. Felt can be a little tougher than paper to cut, so go ahead and take your time, and remember you can always trim down your shape to your more perfect shape once you cut off most of the extra stuff. There, I like that. Grab your tiny pot of glue and use your toothpick to put glue all along the edges of the hat. But keep the bottom middle of the hat unglued so we'll be able to stick the peg doll's head into the hat. And then stick your two pieces together. Put your hat aside, and while the glue dries, we can get our pirate ready. Let's start by painting on some clothes. I'm going to use my black paint to make some pants since this split down the peg makes it look like it has legs. I'll make the bottom edge of the pants messy to look like the pants are kind of torn off at the end. But then I'll make the top edge nice and smooth. I think I'll give my pirate a nice red vest to go with these black pants. Try to touch only the unpainted parts of your peg doll, or leave your doll to dry between painting the bottom half and the top half. Since the black paint on parts of my doll is already drying, I'm going to paint a little bit of red down over the pants to make the vest overlap. I think that will make the clothes look more realistic. Now let's leave that to dry. Putting the doll on the rim of a disposable cup is a great way to dry it without letting the paint touch anything else. While it dries, we'll make the pirate's hair with the black yarn. First, measure how long you want the hair to be by draping it over the top of your pirate so yarn falls down both sides of the peg. Move the yarn around until you think the short side is a good length for what you want. On the long side of the yarn, pinch the yarn where it matches how long the short end is. This is how long we want each strand of yarn to be. Now fold the yarn where you pinched it. Then fold the yarn again where the short end falls in the yarn. You want to fold the yarn over and over so that you have a bunch of loops that are as long as your first measurement. Don't use all of your yarn though. Cut off the extra yarn after you fold it as many times as you can. Tie the extra cut off piece of yarn around the middle of your folded loops of yarn. Make that knot nice and tight. You should end up with something that kind of looks like a bow tie. Now cut the loops on each end so that you have loose strands of yarn. Cut off the extra yarn from tying the knot too, or you can use them for bangs if you want. And if this part all sounds confusing, don't worry. You'll be able to see much better when we do the mermaid hair with the light purple yarn. Now we can glue the hair onto our dry doll. Grab your glue again and spread the glue on the top and back of your peg doll's head. Stick your yarn on so that the knot is on top of your peg's head and hold it there for a few seconds. Once the hair is done, we can add the hat. Put some more glue on top of the yarn hair. Then push the hat down onto the head and hold it there. There we go, starting to look awful piratey. And we can add some final details with our toothpick. I'm going to give my pirate one eye and one eye patch. And a nice friendly smile, of course. Let's give the vest some buttons, too. You can also touch up any spots on your pirate's clothes that don't look as nice as you want now that they're dry. And that's our pirate all done. Now let's make our mermaid. I'm going to start with the hair for this one. Just like before, find how long you want the hair to be. Now, fold over the yarn into loops that are all that length. Cut the extra off, then tie it around the middle of all of those loops. Then cut the loops at each end to make individual strands. There, now we have beautiful mermaid hair. You can spread the strands out a little to make the hair look fuller, since the mermaid doesn't have a hat to hide the top of her head. Just like before, spread some glue on the top and back of the peg doll's head, and then we'll be sticking the hair on. But unlike the pirate, we want the front of the mermaid to be over the long, solid side of the peg doll, not the split side. So make sure you put the hair on facing the right direction. Hold the hair in place for a little bit to give the glue a chance to dry. And I put my knot slightly off-center to give her a little bit of a side part. There, some lovely mermaid hair. Now let's get to painting. Paint the bottom half of your peg doll a solid color. There were a whole bunch of different colors we put in the kit, so I don't know what color you have. I have light purple. This bottom half, plus the felt we're going to add later, will be the mermaid's tail. On the upper half, paint whatever type of top you want to put on your mermaid. Now put your mermaid aside to dry while we make the felt tail. Since your pirate doll should probably be dry by now, you can use it to help guide you while you draw a tail shape on your colored felt. Then just cut out your tail. And again, cutting felt perfectly can be kind of hard with scissors, so you remember that you can always trim it into the shape you want after you have it most of the way cut out. Once your mermaid's paint is dry, we can glue the tail into the split in the peg. It's going to slot right in there. Spread glue inside the peg split, including on one of the end parts where the split gets really wide. Then slide your tail in from the side and hold it in place to give the glue a chance to dry. Now we can add some details and touch-ups. I'm going to put a little more glue on the back of my peg doll's head to help hold her hair in the place I want it to be. And then I will use my toothpick to give my mermaid a nice friendly face. I think I'll give her a necklace too. A nice red pendant should look nice. And there we go! A friendly mermaid and pirate for your next seafaring adventure. That's all for today. A reminder that if you send us 5 completed take and makes or steam ahead to goes, or any combination, you can win yourself a free scoop of Stewart's ice cream. We're coming down to the last few take and make activities, so start picking them up and sending me those pictures. I will see you here very soon. Have a great week, everyone.